Okay, so good evening, everybody. Thanks for taking the time out this evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are in the world. It's actually great, just to be able to get on a call with you guys. I know it's been quite a while, so I'm super excited to have Mo on the call with us. As you know, it's his first AMA, so I'd like to give him, a warm reception. I know we've done so far to date. It's been fantastic. So Mo's going to give us a little bit of a background about himself to start us off today, and then we'll go over ultimately, what we're looking to achieve with Taboo moving forward, the progress that we've made over the last several weeks, months, and ultimately, where we're at now. And how we're going to go about it. We're going to go through the roadmap that's just recently been launched on the website, which Mo had great involvement with putting together. Finally here, so welcome Mo. Thanks for taking the time out this afternoon, morning, evening, everybody. I'm super excited to get on a call and welcome Mo to you all. I'm excited for what's in store with Taboo. I know it's been a long time coming. That we've been hoping to get on one of these AMAs. To be completely honest with you guys, I've missed them. I've never been more enthusiastic and motivated as what I am now. To drive Taboo forward. We've got some amazing things in store. Mo's given me that that oomph again to really push and drive it, just like what we've been doing to now. So I'm very thankful for that, Mo. Thank you. So look, I think the best thing to do is let's just start off with maybe perhaps Mo giving us a little introduction, a little bit of background about himself, his expertise, where his knowledge can come really into play with Taboo, and then we can move on to some questions. Mo, does that sound good with you?
That sounds excellent to me. Yes. Well, thank you for the build-up. My first AMA, but definitely not my last one. I enjoy AMA and Twitter Spaces, so I think this is something really exciting. And what other way to start the month than with the Taboo community and with yourself, James? Thanks for initiating this discussion on AMA. Well, to the community members that know me and by stalking me on LinkedIn, which I saw some of you did, I appreciate that. Some of you are following me on Twitter. That's really appreciated as well. I've been in Web3 industry for just over 3 to 4 years right now. Prior to Taboo, I've been consulting and advising.
Okay, I think Mo may have dropped out. Mo, are you still with us? Okay, just bear with us. I think Mo's having some difficulty. He says his Wi-Fi is going in and out. So just bear with us a second, please, everybody.
Hi guys, can you hear me? I think I'm having the same issue as James did with the Bluetooth connecting to some other speaker.
Yeah, you're back, Mo. You're back in. Yeah, I had exactly the same issue when I started. But look, we're here. Yeah, fire away. We dropped you off, so please continue.
I apologize. I just had to unplug all my other connected devices. I apologize for that. Well, where did I leave off? Yeah, I was talking about my experience with Web3 and in decentralized finance, working with different decentralized autonomous organizations. And then how that road led me to meeting you, James, actually starting a conversation. It wasn't even direct. And Taboo popped up. And I'll be honest, initially I was like, this is an interesting project. I need to look more into it. And I almost put it on my back burner. And after a few weeks, Taboo pops up again in another conversation. And I was like, I really need to now dig a deeper and get to know what Taboo is and who is Taboo and what's going on. And as I started looking onto the website, the social media, the community itself, and the white paper, I was quite impressed. And I was like, wow, the concept itself is stellar. On top of that, like the team behind is reputable, a very strong community of holders, great association and reputation in the space, not just in Web3, but way beyond that. And one conversation after another, here I am with Team Taboo.
No, yeah, exactly right, Mo. I mean, it was through a mutual friend that, like you quite rightly said, we got in touch, and I was hounding Mo regularly to, investigate about Taboo. It was a great accolade to be able to appoint him.
Oops, I think we might have temporarily lost James there for a second. Guess we're both having similar technical connectivity issues.
Yeah, have you got me now, Mo? When I'm talking, it might help if you mute, because I'm getting a lot of feedback when I'm talking and your headset's not muted.
Got it. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, we met through a mutual friend. I was regularly, hounding Mo to look more into the Taboo project, which, quite like he quite rightly said, he finally got round to doing, which is fantastic. And then we've managed to nip it in the bud after multiple conversations. And now I've never been more excited than what I am at present. And I think it's important for any businesses, as a lot of you will know. From my past, I've founded several companies in the UK and disposed of them. And I think change is always positive. I think it's a necessity in lots of businesses, being able to adapt. And as I mentioned at the start of the call, I've never been more motivated as what I am now, enthusiastic for what the future holds for Taboo. And ultimately, Mo and I interests are aligned. Mo understands business fundamentals. It's at the forefront for him to keep things simple, as I've always said, and the community knows me very well. I like to keep things simple. That's what's going to really help with mass adoption within the Taboo ecosystem, for people to be part of the Taboo ecosystem, joining the events, because we are a lifestyle business, as well as a predominantly a crypto-centric project. We do have the lifestyle, the life case utility that goes arm in arm with Taboo, and Mo completely understands that, and his interests are aligned. So yeah, Mo, I'll let you take over from here.
Oh, 100% on that, James, definitely. And to just add up to that, really, I think the time that I took to really review Taboo, the team division, the deliverables, was because I wanted to ensure that my passions, my motivations were aligned, not just as an individual, but collectively towards the same goal and win as Taboo has defined. And coming on board since the last week has been nothing but empowering, exciting, and I'm hyped every day. I saw someone in the group chat asked if I ever sleep. And that was funny because I don't think of sleep as something of, that I need to. It's just because I go to bed so excited and I wake up sometimes even early in the morning at 4 or 5 a.m. and I'm like, I have an idea. I'm just going to note it down. I'm going to have a conversation with James when the day begins. And I think since I've started working with Taboo, you're one of the first persons where I think, even though I might be interrupting your own personal space and time, message you in the morning and go, good morning.
No, exactly right, Mo. And I remember saying to you, I think a week before we officially announced it to the community, you're more than welcome to pick up the phone, call me whenever you like, and I'm happy for that. Taboo, I co-founded Taboo. It's my baby. As I've proven to people, we are here to stay. And like we've always said, we are a long-term project. We're not a quick flip. And that isn't to say we're not going to have a price increase of 3, 4, 5x in the space of a week. We've done that, and we've proven to do that. But at the same time, we are a long-term project. and we will, our vision, inevitably we will reach our goals. We won't stop until we've done that. And that's why I'm happy for you, to pick up the phone, whether it be 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. I think you messaged me 5:30 a.m. this morning when I was dropping my daughter to school, and we talked business. And now here we are, midnight for me now, on an AMA. So yeah, I haven't ever been as enthusiastic as what I am now. And Mo, I thank you for that. You've given me that new lease of life. Our interests are aligned. We think the same. So yeah, I'm really appreciative of that.
Likewise, James, I appreciate the same. And coming to that, it's all about now working collectively together with the executive team, with the community itself. I apologize in advance that maybe I might not be so active in the community yet, as on the background, I do read all the conversations. I'm quite omnipresent. However, in the background, we have been I would say, passionately working on delivering some results. I'm going to let James kick things off with a bit of alpha, and then I'll step in just to, contribute to that conversation. How about that, James?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, since Mo's come on board, we've always understood each other, that we know it's going to take a bit of time for Mo to get his feet under the table. But, it's been, I think, 9-10 days now. Some of the stuff that's been delivered in terms of the roadmap, which I think we will be going through with the community over the next few minutes. The white paper now, Mo's completely taken under his wing. We had a 2-hour conversation early afternoon today where we were finalizing and touching up the final bits, which is going to have clear direction of where we're looking to take the business and the Taboo brand. It clearly identifies what our next steps are, and where we're making progress. And we do have some quite nice announcements, news that I am happy to make the community privy to, which you will be privy to on this call. So there is some exciting movements that Taboo has made, that actually Mo has consolidated himself. And like I said, 9 days, we're talking white paper, updated white paper. We're talking a completely new roadmap that has exactly planned out what we are going to do and implement it. And Mo has more or less given me his word that it will be delivered. And I think that's something that's very important moving forward within the Taboo ecosystem, is actually delivering the deliverables when we say we're going to deliver them. And that's something that Mo's been very passionate about, and ensured to me will happen. So I'm very happy about that. Moving forward and working together, we will ensure that happens. But I think Mo would be a good time to kick off with the roadmap, going through some of the deliverables in Q1, and where we're at with some of those right now, and go from there.
Sounds good. Thanks for that, James. Right. I think the roadmap has been something really interesting, and that was honestly something that was on my radar all the way from the beginning, just prior to joining in with Taboo. So understanding how the past roadmap was, what needed improvement, and how it was strategized, thought out, whether it was operational, whether it was technical, whether it was deliverable, and realign it with proper deliverable and benefits to the token holders, to the investors, to the community, was really important. And the outcome was revisiting that, assessing what's important, when it's important, at what stage, and drafting up the new roadmap for 2023. I think if the members did have a time to look at it, there's some really interesting things, and I'm going to maybe start right at the top of the list and work my way down. I won't bore you all with specifics of each one of them, but I'll just touch lightly on the ones that are really important and might be vital for the community and Taboo to keep an eye out on. This also means that at some point, just to kind of circle back on this, I really appreciate the community members coming together, bonding together, that always go on CMC, go on the other socials, engage with our tweets, engage with our comments, make sure that they are supporting Taboo in whichever way they can. And I see the more community members that are going to come together to do this and make it regular, we will collectively put Taboo as a household name as it deserves to be. And on that, I'm just going to kick off things with the roadmap. So as you can see, a big part of that is to launch Twitter Spaces and podcasts at least twice a month. Now, to kick things off, we're going to start it off with once a month in February, followed by building much better relationships, partnerships with complementing brands, projects in the Web3 space, but also not just limiting ourselves in the Web3 space, but going beyond that and going towards Web2 space that complement Taboo, which bring value to Taboo, to its holders, to its token price, to its NFTs, and really amplifying that, properly planning it out well, collectively working with the core team, with the community, and making big splashes very often and regularly. In addition to that, we are also looking at launching our own twice a month newsletters. So that's going to be, I think, long awaited commitment, whereby I think it was started a while back and then put on hold for whatever reason. But irrespective of that, I'm happy to take a lead on that and bring that into fruition again, whereby we'll update all community members, investors, holders, both current and future ones, as to what's happening in the team, what's happening in Taboo collectively, and we'll highlight our wins for every 2 weeks and share about what's to come for the following 2 weeks.
Yeah, and Mo, just following up on that, I mean, it was something that you highlighted, several days before you officially started with Taboo, about the feedback from the community, how much they did appreciate, those bi-weekly updates on Medium, the Medium articles that I believe Matt was doing before bi-weekly on the Medium social media platform that obviously we have. And it's something that Mo said to me, let's implement it again. I'm happy to take that under my wing. I can commit to that. And we've listened to the community's feedback. We understand you like to see that. And it's a great opportunity, I feel, for, the Taboo project, us as individuals, to actually be able to tell the community the progress we've made, what's on our to-do list for the next and up and coming couple of weeks, and then as we get to there, what we've achieved, what we've done, and what's on our next to-do list. So I think, and mistake me if I'm wrong, Mo, also we're going to make the AMAs now within the Telegram, Twitter Spaces, Discord. We're going to make these a lot more of a regular event, because we love to get the community's feedback. We love to be able to speak with the community. I think it's important that the community, can put a voice to a name, and they can actually hear us talking and speaking with each other, and actually telling you what we are looking to achieve and where we're going with the project. So I mistake me if I'm wrong, Mo, we're going to make these a bi-weekly AMAs too, yes?
That is right, James. That's correct. I mean, we are only as strong as our community is. So we are going to now actively listen to each member. I think we had, me and Rich had a discussion about this earlier today, whereby I was like, I'm happy for the members, to investors, to community members, to come on stage towards the end of this show and ask their questions. But if you are shy, send in your questions. We're always happy to answer them. Even if we cannot answer them immediately, someone from the team will ensure that your question is answered. And we're also going to look at improving all those small tasks, response time, to best cater to ensure that the community stays healthy, stays united with the same vision and mission.
Exactly. Somebody's mentioned in the chat now that it says on the roadmap bi-monthly AMAs, but I'm looking now in Q1 2023, it says 2 times monthly community AMAs. So it could potentially be interpreted as bi-monthly, but I would interpret it as 2 times a month. Mo, if we could just make a note of that and make that a little bit more transparent and clearer, please, so that people do understand that it is going to be 2 2 times a month, bi-weekly AMAs that will be taking place moving forward.
Easy, done. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so I think, moving on from that is I think it'd be nice to touch on the merchandise store that we have planned to launch within Q1 of this year, and talk about some of the things that you and I have spoken about, Mo. I think only today, and what we're trying to implement with the different tiered holders and what those tiered holders would gain in terms of the merch store. I mean, could you elaborate on that?
Oh, wow. On this, I like all I've been thinking of is like how quickly can I get to tier 4? And I've just joined about 8 days back or 9 days ago, and I was just thinking today after our discussion, I was like, how quickly can I get to tier 4 before I launch this program? This is how excited I am about it. I want to be in tier 4 even before this program kicks in. Like quite honestly, for the tier 4 and tier 3 members, I think, oh wow, you guys have so much stuff planned for you. Like it's unbelievable. Like we did a bit of interesting brainstorming sessions today, and one of the topics that we discussed on is in regards to the merchandise program. I won't give out everything yet because I also do want to see the community reciprocating to all of this. What I can share, however, is this, that by this quarter, we will announce a merchandise program that will be accessible to all Taboo token holders and non-holders, but the priority is definitely going to be focused towards tier 4 and tier 3 holders, because you guys and girls are going to receive something wow from us. So
Exactly.
if you think that taboo punks and holding your tokens was enough and mansion parties was the ultimate thing, we promise you we have so much in store for you that this is your opportunity. Get to tier 4. I want to get to tier 4. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and I don't think there's actually been an easier time to get to tier 4 because, potentially tier 2, tier 3 holders, a tier 2 holder 2-3 weeks ago is now essentially a tier 4 holder, just through the natural price increase of the fantastic month we've had. So yeah, I don't think there'd be an easier time. But something that I said to Mo is it's quite important, for us and for the Taboo, ecosystem to reward our most loyal, dedicated tier 4, tier 3 holders. So that's what we've really kept in mind when we were brainstorming today. And it's sort of our way of giving back to the community with what we've come up with. And that will all be shown in the latest white paper release, which I think is going to be a lot sooner than what we initially planned. I would like to think
Definitely.
by next week, I would like to think it would be live. Would you agree with that, Mo?
I agree with that. I think we will be able to wrap it up this week, but however, we do not just want to ship things out for the purpose of shipping it out. And I want to ensure collectively as a team, as Taboo, we hold ourselves responsible and accountable to ensuring we deliver the highest standard of communication, of services, of opportunities to all holders. And so that's why we're going to take this week, review it over this weekend maximum, and then have it in front of the audience early next week.
Marvelous, marvelous. Okay, so can we move on to the most exciting part of today's call, or not yet?
Are we talking about this has been a conversation for the longest time. So I believe yes, it's the moment. The community has been very actively requesting, suggesting, recommending, and also I would say as far as insisting that we get Taboo token listed on additional centralized exchanges.
Yes, and can I just stop you there, Mo? I would just like to tell the community that, as the community knows, Mo is 9 days in, and everything that we are about to speak about is all of Mo's doing off his own back, because he's taken note of the community's requests, he's listened, and he has taken action. So go on, Mo, I will let you continue what you're saying.
Appreciate that, James. Even though I have been leading it, like I don't think it would have been possible without your support and Taboo community in general. So it's as I mentioned towards the beginning of this call, with Taboo, it's a personal connection. I feel the passion, I feel the drive, I feel the speed that we're going at. We might not get there as fast as some think, but we will get there safely, and we will get there and really have something impactful and a moment of pride to look back to. And on that is the Centralized Exchange. So without naming names, which I might, I can confidently.
I don't think we can give the name yet, right? We both agreed at the beginning of the call we can't
Yes.
give the name, but we can tell you that it's a tier 1. It's top 5. I can't go better than that.
Yes, I think that's a lot. But yes, top 5 tier 1 centralized exchange is
Coming.
what's mentioned right now, and it's in the process. So we should be able to confirm something again somewhere by next week, and we're working quite honestly towards it without any distractions as well. So it is a big win, hopefully, to be celebrated with the community.
Yeah, and it even makes my hair stand on end talking about it, because it has been a long time coming. The community has been, has spoken. They have, raised their voice about this. Like I always say to the community, and I still stand by it. It's always about maximizing the potential, and that's what I think Taboo's done fabulously well at doing, is maximizing the potential of each, milestone and each deliverable that we achieve. It's about doing it at the right time. And I think now is a good time, and it's the perfect time for this particular exchange. It's, a massive name. It's a huge exchange. It couldn't be a better exchange for us right now as we stand. And yeah, like Mo said, I think by the end of February, the whole lot will be delivered, and the listing, will already be trading there. Mo's given some sort of, time frames of next week in terms of the announcement of the name. Yeah, potentially. But one thing I will say, it is a top 5. It's actually higher than that, but let's just say top 5. I don't want too many speculations within the community. It is a top 5. It's absolutely, tells everybody what Taboo is all about. We are here to stay. We don't let the community down. We are here to win, and it's an absolute inevitability we will get to where we're destined without fail.
You're here 100%. Like together we are united, and with such, clear leadership, direction, and support, it's only fair that at least I lift my own weight and that of the community to ensure that we are heading in the right direction.
Exactly right, Mo. And it's great already. I'm looking in the Telegram group now, and people are enthusiastic. We've got that buzz back again. I have to thank the community for that. I mean, the last 6 weeks, 2 months, have been absolutely fantastic. I feel like it's vibrant, it's energetic. I'm full of enthusiasm again. I even took a trip down memory lane over the past several weeks, looking back at all those fantastic times we had, in the middle of 2021, when we went from, launching in May 2021 at $270,000 of market cap, and, you know, up to 5 million, and then, you know, flatlined for a few months around the 3 million mark, and then up to 10 million and 11 million, then hovered around there for a month, back down to 7 million. And then all of a sudden up to 100 million, and then up to 300 million, and then 500 million. And you know what? Honestly, I'm getting exactly the same vibes now as what I was getting back then. You know, I feel the whole crypto, the generic crypto sentiment has got a lot better. And that's why I always say it's about pushing those buttons, and it's about striking while the iron's hot, maximizing the potential. And that's exactly what I feel that we've done. That you know, we are doing with this next centralized exchange listing. So, you know, I'm super happy, super excited. And what a way to enter, Mo. What a way to enter the building. You know, it's been 9 days, and you've listened to the community, you've taken action, and you've basically shown them what you're all about. So I tip my hat to you, young man. Well done.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I am so excited. Like I keep repeating this, that just the community gives me such goosebumps every morning.
Goosebumps, right? Goosebumps.
It is that, you know, even now as I worked with the white paper, every time I read through it and I proofread it and I go back to the section, I'm like, wow. I'm like, no, wait, I'm a part of the team. Wow.
Okay, should we swiftly move on, Mo, to some of the next deliverables? Because it is quite late for us. So I know we're going to make these a lot more regular, these AMAs. So I would like to get to a few questions from the community as well. Should we perhaps take another 1 or 2 key deliverables from, you know, the Q1 2023 roadmap that we can elaborate on? Does that sound about right? And then let's move on to some questions.
That sounds good. Another one that I've mentioned here and that will become a regular is that I will actively be representing Taboo, whether it be in real life events, offline events, or online events now within the Web3 space, crypto space, blockchain, NFTs, wherever the opportunity be. I will be representing Taboo quite proudly, aggressively, and strategically. We will also be looking at finding the right opportunities. Again, something that I don't believe that should be rushed into, but is a win in Q1. And based on the outcome, we can reassess and proceed with that for Q2, is to look and explore synergies, whereby if we do find events that align with Taboo, its holders, benefits for its investors, we will be exploring synergies for partnerships, sponsorships, collaborations in whichever way possible to maximize Taboo's presence in the real world.
Yeah, and Mo, can I just step in there? Sorry to interrupt.
Sure.
I would just like to educate the community on a little bit of your network, your experiences. I know you have NDAs signed, non-disclosures with certain projects you've worked with alongside, developed for, et cetera, So I won't go too much into that. But just to give the community, you know, a brief outline of Mo's network. This is one of the big selling points for me when you know, I approached Mo and we got together and we sat down and we spoke about the opportunity that presented itself within the Taboo ecosystem and the Taboo business, was actually Mo's network. So, for example, with this latest exchange, Mo just simply picked up the phone, called somebody he knew, and before we knew it, due diligence had started and away we go. So, you know, this is just goes to show you the network that Mo has created. So when he mentions to us that he is going to be putting Taboo at the forefront of his network, or, you know, of everything he does, whether it be, you know, the live shows that he attends, whether it be, you know, the events that he attends, the Web3 events that he attends, the networking dues he goes to, which, believe me, there's a lot of them and they're second to none. This for the Taboo brand, and this in itself is a massive advantage for Taboo on getting our name out there and ultimately where it deserves to be.
Burton, James, I appreciate that. Yes, and that's where we bring value for each other. You bring in Taboo, your experience, your expertise, being an entrepreneur, being well connected, well influenced, and understanding the pain point of the adult entertainment business so well. And I step in, bringing in my relations, my knowledge, my experience within the space, and we complement this to make it a team that's functional, that's successful, and that has clarity.
Yeah, agreed. Couldn't agree with you more. Couldn't agree with you more. So yeah, sorry to interrupt you on that, Mo. I know you were talking about, how you, in terms of the next deliverable on the Q1 2023 roadmap. So, I mean, Mo, I'm happy for you to pull one more out. And then if you wouldn't mind, let's move on to some questions because I know that could take some time too. And we are 40 minutes into the call. So, yeah, please fire away of one more deliverable that you're excited about and enthusiastic to deliver on that you think can really, set the benchmark for Taboo moving forward.
Okay, so there's two of them, and I'm equally excited for both. One of them is the Taboo Referral program. This is an initiative that I have seen work successfully both for the teams and the individuals that are a part of it across the board in different projects.
And I love it. I love this one, Mo. Do you remember when you first mentioned this to me? I was like, this is something you need to implement ASAP.
Yeah, 100% on that. So, James, I think I lost you again.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just saying this is something, you mentioned to me when we first met. And I said, it's something that you need to implement ASAP.
100%. And I am, that's definitely on top of my list to make that a reality. So I believe as soon as the white paper is out of the way, referral program is something that I'm going to start working towards and building so that we can start seeing some early drafts and then getting community input when applicable and where applicable and putting that into execution mode.
Exactly. And Mo, could you please just elaborate on, obviously, I'm not asking you for any definitive answers to this, but could you just give the community a little bit of an understanding of how potentially this referral program is going to work and, how it's going to benefit Taboo? I know it could be quite self-explanatory to us, but if you could, elaborate on it and explain to the community of how it's going to work and how they can be rewarded, et cetera, that would be great.
Definitely. So to make it really simple, think about it this way. When you sign up for a centralized exchange, be that Binance or someone else, a lot of the traders on it, users on it, have a referral code where quite easily they can share their referral code with their friends, family members, colleagues, people that they interact and engage with on a daily basis, or whether it be online or offline. And you don't really have to do any heavy lifting. What I mean by this is really as a user, all you need to say is, this is a great project, check it out. Here's a QR code, scan it. That should lead the new user onto the platform where they can read about Taboo, its white paper, roadmaps, and easily be able to connect their wallet and purchase Taboo. Once they do, based on certain win transactions, win achievements for Taboo through the referral program and the ones that will be the carriers of it will be rewarded with a mix of Taboo tokens, potentially Taboo punks. And we haven't agreed to this, James, but I'm going to put it out there because depending on the success of this program, I think we can potentially negotiate maybe one Taboo mansion pass for the top performer.
Great idea. Yeah, I'm happy for that. I know that the next mansion event has been announced and scheduled for this year. We're looking at the latter stages of Q3. It is going to be a lot bigger and better than the last one. But yeah, you know, I'm happy to confirm that with you now on the call. Yeah, absolutely fine.
Perfect. And that's something that we can, of course, it's just a request, but it doesn't have to be a commitment, as we can always explore this based on the outcome of the referral program. But definitely something that I'm really excited about as well, really hyped up about, as it will drive in new eyes, new awareness, new users, new holders, bigger community members towards Taboo.
Yeah, and I mean, Mo, you know, I think a couple of weeks ago or a few weeks ago, it was always being, you know, the forefront of your mind is about increasing holders, increasing volume, driving as much traffic through our marketplace as possible. And like I've always said, and the community knows this, my job has always been to make it as simple, as easy as it possibly can for the non-crypto Tom, Dick, and Harry to simply go onto our marketplace. They want to attend the Taboo Mansion event and just buy $10,000 worth of Taboo with a credit card. This is something for me that I've told Mo right from the word go. I want, you know, fiat on ramping, which Mo is already going to implement, that's already dropped on the Q1 roadmap. So we can, you know, I want mass adoption for the Taboo ecosystem. There's no reason why somebody shouldn't be able to buy Taboo. And Mo, if you can just elaborate on that and give me some timeframes on when you think that could be implemented, please.
Sure, definitely. So I've actually put that in the Q2 of our roadmap. But happy to, as I am already talking to 3 of the biggest teams that do on-ramp and off-ramp payments, depending on our improvement security capacity, this shouldn't be too difficult to implement. As we are also in talks with another blockchain provider, actively exploring taking Taboo cross-chain, making it interoperable anyway, which means that potentially the outcome, a positive outcome from that conversation, would lead to users that are currently not on Binance be able to purchase Taboo token, let's say on Ethereum or on Solana or any other chain, irrespective. So they're not limited as well just to one wallet. But that's going to be a bit more complex journey, but I have that on my roadmap, on our roadmap. On the on-ramp, off-ramp, it is planned in and scheduled in for the Q2 of 2023. Hopefully, given the way I will be able to deliver collectively with the team and the support of the team, we might be seeing results on that maybe earlier.
Fantastic, Mo. That's great. You know, that's super exciting for me because it just backs up, you know, the message that I've always been wanting to send the Taboo community: simplicity, simplicity, simplicity. You know, and you probably hear me drone on about that a lot, Mo. You know, keep it simple, keep it simple, keep it simple. But that's something that I do stand by, and I think that's why Taboo, you know, has flourished like it flourished, and it has been monumental within the crypto sphere, is because we do like to keep things simple. I want to make it as easy as possible for people to be able to buy the Taboo NFTs, to be able to buy the Taboo token, to be able to attend these live events, to be able to attend the mansion parties. That is my job, to keep it simple, and you're in the same wavelength. You understand exactly what I'm looking to achieve here when it comes to, you know, mass adoption and everybody being able to get involved with the Taboo ecosystem. And that's something that I'm super excited about and so energetic to get implemented. So yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Likewise. Thanks, James. I am excited to making this whole user experience as simple as possible and safe as possible is definitely our priority.
Agreed, agreed. Okay, so should we now open up the floor to the 40, 50 participants that are on this voice call with us, if they have any questions? I know that sometimes people, it takes a bit of time for them to come out of their showers, but, you know, guys, we're all in this together. You know, I'm here working for you. If you have any questions, you know, you please ask them. And you know, we'll do our best to answer them. You know, we've done the introduction now with Mo. We've told you our plans. They're there in black and white. We are going to deliver them. Now, I would, like to open up the floor to you. If you do have any questions about where Taboo's looking to go, what it's looking to achieve, or anything you haven't been happy with, or anything you think is great, we love your feedback. It's your feedback that makes us better. So, please, I'd like to open up the floor now to the community. I have some direct messages with a number of questions. I'll attend to those last. I think it's fair that the community that are here in person on this call get to ask their questions first. So, yeah, the floor is all yours, guys.
A couple of questions on the chat there, James. So I don't know if if you've got eyes on those. Any new models joining Q1?
Okay, so Mo, I would like to answer that if you wouldn't mind, because I deal with Chloe regularly and speak with Chloe quite often. Yes, the answer to your question is yes. Look, I don't mind telling you. I don't mind telling the community. The reason why essentially it has been relatively slow is because it goes back to me always saying how I like to maximize the potential. I didn't think there was much value with the way the generic sentiment was in the crypto sphere to be announcing new models and launching new models. However, I can tell you, I had a call with Chloe only a week ago, and that is going to be her sole focus, is bringing on new models, new ambassadors. So when we do list on this all singing, all dancing exchange in the short term, we will have a mass marketing campaign about the listing on this exchange with all of our models, ambassadors, influencers, etc., etc., etc. So now, yes, I see the value of increasing our models. I see the value of increasing the ambassadors, but like everything, it's about timing. And now I feel the timing is right. And that's something that we are going to be doing with immediate effect. So expect some announcements around new models. And also, while I'm on the subject, Mo, it's something I spoke to you about today. I'm happy to announce this to the community because it's something Chloe and I have already discussed, and it's going to be happening. We're going to launch something within the Taboo ecosystem, like an amateur platform where basically Chloe's had hundreds and hundreds of amateur supermodels, models, direct message her, reach out to her and say they want to be part of Taboo. So what we've decided to do is create a whole amateur section within Taboo that basically we have, our ambassadors like the Chloes, the Quiggles, the CJs, that basically we run quarterly, I would say to start with every 6 months, getting to quarterly, then even potentially monthly, where we fly out all of these amateurs. We have our brand ambassadors there, and not sort of judge, but these girls come through the ranks with Taboo, and we actually create and nurture and mold them, if we see them fit, to be the new Taboo girls, the all singing, all dancing new talent. So that's something, Mo, that I mentioned to you today. I haven't mentioned it to you before because obviously, like I said, it's going to take weeks for you to get your feet under the table to start to understand and become au fait with everything. But that is something that we're also going to implement this year. So I'm hoping we've got obviously our next Taboo event in Q3, towards the end of Q3. I might even tie it in with that we launch our first amateur campaign where we fly 20, 30, of the latest talent out to join us at the Taboo Mansion event. Chloe will interview them one-on-one, understands their ambitions, their desires, and whether we see that they would be a perfect fit. And if so, we'll bring them on board, we'll nurture them, and we'll develop them. And it's a whole new way of thinking. Let's make it something great to be part of Taboo. Let's make these girls something special. So all of a sudden, it creates a whole new clientele, let's put it, for Taboo to then market to. So that's something that we're going to implement. And I just thought I'd mention that now because it piggybacks off of the question, Rich, that you came to me with. Are we recruiting any new models? Yes, we are. And as well as that, we're setting up a whole amateur campaign and going to have a whole amateur section within the Taboo ecosystem of amateur models. So yeah, that's something that I'm very excited about, and something that I think is fresh for the Taboo brand.
Oof. Way too much alpha in today's AMA.
Like it. Okay, have we got any more questions, guys, to the floor before we go to the questions that have been direct messaged to us?
Just scrolling up. Someone's asking about the burn. Let's have a look. The burn wallet, CMC update.
Yeah, so Mo and I went through the complete tokenomics today. It's going to be launched in the new white paper. So there is absolutely no discrepancies at all. CMC do take time to update this sort of information. Mo, you have all the stats, you have all the figures, you have all the numbers now. Could you just give or take 4.75 billion is being burned, and 4 to 5 billion is circulating supply? Yes or no? Is that correct, Mo? When we went through all the figures today?
Yes, that is correct. So we have a total of 47.8% of 4.38 billion tokens burnt. So
Perfect.
yeah, that's correct.
Perfect. Yeah. So there we go. There's the answer to that question. I know there's been some questions around it from the CMC data. We are getting that updated. It is on our to-do list. But as far as everybody's concerned, the facts of the matter are 4.3 billion have been burnt to date of the 10 billion that was the starting total supply.
Nice, thank you. Bruce was asking about the Metaverse side. Are there still plans for a Metaverse? Let's go ahead.
I can take that, James, if you don't mind.
Please, Mo, yeah, if you wouldn't mind, please.
Yes. So I have, if you go through the updated roadmap for 2023, in Q3 of 2023, which is this year, we have made a commitment to revisit the Metaverse initiation. And also there is another interesting point on the roadmap, which is to launch a Taboo grants program, whereby the idea and the approach to it would be collaborating potentially with existing metaverse creators, whereby rather than us having to do the heavy lifting, we collaborate with another industry leader or well-positioned project and team. And this also acts as a catalyst to create more awareness for Taboo, its brand, its product, and its token. We will look into it. This is a commitment from me as well. However, Metaverse is a beast by itself. We do want to ensure that delivering a Metaverse experience is not just meaningful, but is something that is of the highest quality to all users of Taboo.
No, so eloquently put, Mo. I agree with you. You know, it's not something we've completely washed our hands with. We've just basically said it's going to go on the back burner. We think we have more important deliverables right now as we stand, for the Taboo brand and the Taboo business, and that's going to be predominantly our main focus. Mo, there's been a question actually directed at you, which I think is a great question by KD. Mo, what attracted you to Taboo?
To start with, the name itself, like, that made me so inquisitive as to what is Taboo. Like, for me, Taboo was something very, interesting. The word itself, the association, the definition. And at the beginning of AMA, as I mentioned, it took me actually a few weeks to do my research, to actually connect, have these conversations, meet up with James, to get that conviction that I do want to be a part of Taboo. One of the primary reasons for that also was the strength in the community, the way every member, or I would say mostly every member, is well behaved, well mannered, well communicated. It's just a beautiful place to be in. It's a place like, I think if I were to meet most of these Taboo members, and I look forward to meeting you, hopefully at the mansion party this year, is I think we're gonna have great conversations and really be, get along as if we've been friends for the longest time. And it's Taboo is a place of belonging. So this is what keeps me and has attracted me and will keep me around.
No, fantastic, Mo. I'm, happy to hear that. I mean, it's a lot of work, a lot of effort from some great team members in the past has, helped along the way. And we've built an absolute fantastic project, community, and the best is still yet to come. And that's something that fills me with so much enthusiasm, to really keep pushing, take Taboo where it's destined to be. I mean, look, there's no getting away from it, guys. I think you'll all agree with me, everybody on this call, the last 12 months hasn't been easy. And for anybody to say it has would just be absolutely talking utter nonsense. It hasn't been easy. It's a completely new thing that's happened that we've never, lived through before. I think we had the worst ever year in crypto with 3 Black Swan events. I'm not going to bore you or go over the details of those. We all know what they were, but we haven't just survived it. We're sustainable. We're a sustainable business. And that's like I've always said, I've always ran Taboo like a business. And that's where my entrepreneurial skills come through. I founded several companies in the UK. I've sold them. And what I know is that when times get tough, you don't go out on mad spending sprees and end up where you're basically stuck, where you basically have, no alternatives but to be wiped out, like over 20,000 projects have been. We are sustainable. I said, to myself back in March, April last year, no matter how long this goes on for, rest assured, Taboo is here to stay. And that will always be the case when I'm involved in something. I will not let it fail. Sometimes I have to make hard decisions, but I think as the CEO, that's my job. I'm not in a popularity contest. I'm here to run a business, and rest assured, I will run that business well, and I will not let you, the community, down. And rest assured, there is bigger and better things in store for Taboo than what's happened in the past. And it's an absolute inevitability. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. And as I've always proven to the community, we won't stop growing, we won't stop embracing change, and we won't stop, momentum and moving in that right direction. And that's what I feel now is the right time. And, like I've said a couple of times on this call, I've never been more excited. I've never been more enthusiastic. I've never been as motivated as what I am now. And I hope that is, showing. I'm going to be a lot more hands-on like I have been the last couple of months, working very closely along my team, and everybody's interests are now aligned. Our foundations have never been better as a project. Our fundamentals have never been better as a project. Everything within the Taboo ecosystem has never been better. So look, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out that now is the time where you want to be getting involved. You need to make it count. I remember, like I said, I went back, down memory lane over the last few weeks, and I've looked through some of the historical chats, historical announcements. I've gone over some of the old AMAs, and, I couldn't make it clearer to you back then. Now is the time where you should be taking advantage. The prices presenting themselves are fantastic. We're here to stay, and I will not let you down. There's bigger, better things coming over the next 6, 12 months that will make your hair stand on end. And Mo's going to prove that to you with the next exchange listing, which is bigger, better than any exchange we've ever listed on, and is actually groundbreaking, to tell you the truth. How he's pulled that out of the bag is just beyond me. But anyway, look, it is what it is. It's absolutely fantastic. As I said, I tip my hat to you, Mo, and I'm just excited for what the future beholds for this fabulous project.
Oh, James, I'm equally excited and hyped. So I can just go now and go like, let's fucking go. But we are doing
Agreed,
this.
agreed. Okay, I think, Rich, do we have any more questions, or are we going to wrap it up, chaps? Is there anything more that we need to go through?
There was one that came up earlier, and it's again, this gets asked quite a bit within the community. You know, we're talking a bit about tier 4, and I think from what Mo said there, it's going to become more of a topic of conversation. I think we can all see why it's going to be such an important milestone for a lot of the investors to get up to. Tier 4 currently is sat at $10,000 in Taboo tokens. How's that going to look in the future, do you think?
Yeah, so I mean, Mo, I'm happy to start on the answer to this. You're more than welcome to jump in or elaborate anytime. So look, as far as I'm concerned, you know, if Taboo was to go absolutely crazy over the next 3 months, like it's done in the past, and all of a sudden I have thousands of tier 4 holders, then look, I have absolutely no choice but to change that amount. I can't have 1,000 people fully expensed trip for the next mansion event with 1,000 attendees. I think that's common sense for anybody to understand. Right now, as we stand, you know, I don't know what's going to happen with Taboo over the next few months. I don't particularly think we're going to see an all-time high within the next few months. However, saying that, you just never know, because when it does go, there is absolutely no stopping it. As we've seen before, we went from 10 million to 600 million, I think, in the space of 3 weeks. So when it does go, she goes. So, you know, look, I can make a vouch to you now that up to the next mansion event, let's, you know, okay, look, right now it's not going to change. Up to the next mansion event, I can vouch to you that it's not going to change. If we were to go to all-time high and all of a sudden I've got 1,000 tier 4 holders on my hand, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put on 4 mansion events so everybody can attend. I can't really make it more simple than that. I vouch to you now that that number won't change. $10,000 of Taboo will get you an invite to the mansion event that will be held this year. But after that, I don't know.
That's going to be quite a bit of fun events to deliver. Wow, I look forward to that. You know, let's get there, and we together can pull this off for mansion events.
Yeah, and I think, you know, it's important for the for our community to know. You know, I know that there were a couple of attendees that potentially are on the call now as we speak. So let me just check. Yes. So, you know, in the last mansion event that we had, the networking that goes into these events is second to none. There was even a business transaction that took place at the last event between a Taboo holder and another individual, where they raised a significant amount of capital for one of their businesses. The people that attend these events, the network that you can make with going to these events is an absolute must. I know that unfortunately Joe, who you know is always quite active within the community, he was unable to make the last event, and he was kicking himself after. He said, you know, he was right literally about to book, and unfortunately he couldn't make it. He's confirmed he's coming to the next one, which is fantastic. But honestly, guys, it's a fully expensed trip. Like, everything's put on for you. All you need to do is just get your flights there. It is an absolute no-brainer. The last one was amazing, you know. On the Friday, we all met at the mansion. We had live DJs, celebrity chefs coming in, some VIP guests, all the models, the tier 4 holders. We partied. We had great food, champagne served all day with canopies. The models, the girls were jumping in and out of the pool. The hostesses were absolutely fabulous. Then on the second day, we did the beach club, I think. Mistake me if I'm wrong. It was the beach club on the second day where we went to Catch Club in Phuket. We all partied. We basically had half the place. It was fantastic. The girls were going out, you know, paragliding. They were, you know, on jet skis. It was brilliant. And then on the third and final day, we had the super yacht day, which, you know, it was 120-foot super yacht, I believe. It had a hot tub on the fly bridge. The girls were in and out of the hot tub all day. We had a few jet skis that were with us. We had water sports. We had our NFT photo shoot. Remind me to elaborate on that in a minute, because that brings me on to the NFTs that were produced there. We had NFT photo shoots going on through the whole 3 days, which we've got all the content for that is going to be launched and is going to be put on the NFT marketplace when the time is right. We have that content. We had giveaways, we had merch that were given to the tier 4 holders, you know, as a welcome. Everything was laid on. From the moment you landed in Phuket Airport, you were picked up by the driver with PR, took you to your hotel, organized absolutely everything for you. Do not miss the next one. Just do not miss the next one. The opportunities that arise from it, you wouldn't believe. So just make sure you're at the next one, plan for it. It's going to be towards the end of Q3. Accumulate while you can, because like I said at the start of the call, you know, you buy $5,000 worth of Taboo now. If the price goes back up to 20 million, that naturally is 10,000 worth anyway. So you're a tier 4 holder, not through buying 10,000, but by buying 5. So, you know, when we were down to 5 million only 2 weeks ago, people that bought 5,000 in as a tier 4 holder right now as we speak. So just take advantage of that. And I look forward to meeting you all there, like Mo quite rightly said.
Yep, definitely.
Okay,
And you
so
said you're going to mention something about the NFTs from the last mentioned party.
Yes. So there's been a few questions around where is that content? What's happened to that content? Yes, we have been a bit slow getting it out. I do agree. I take responsibility for that. I'm the CEO. It shouldn't happen. I'll take full responsibility. The buck stops with me. We've got the content. It's ready to start being published. It's ready to start being filtered through. Chloe is going through the NFT, the content that she wants to produce as NFTs. It will start being gradually uploaded to the marketplace for you to feast your eyes on and essentially get your hands on. So yeah, just give us a bit of time on that. You know, we've waited this long. I don't think a few weeks are going to hurt. A couple of weeks. We've got bigger fish to fry at the moment with getting listed on this top 5 exchange, as well as a lot of other deliverables that Mo's put in the roadmap for Q1 of this year.
Right. So that's been an interesting evening of AMA and conversations. Rich, do we have any other questions that we would like to address or take on now?
No, I think that's good. Looks good to me. I think yeah, let's save some for next time.
No, fantastic. And Mo, thank you for your time. And you know, most importantly, thank you to the community for putting the time aside to join us on this AMA. And Rich, thank you for all your hard work over the past several weeks. It hasn't gone missed. You know, it's much appreciated. And onwards and upwards, Mo. Let's get back to business. Let's get doing what we do best and showing this community what we're made of.
Definitely. So, as I mentioned earlier, let's fucking go.
Brilliant. Thank you, guys. I look forward to getting on a call with you again over the next 2 weeks. Cheers. Thank you.